tí ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ ejò bá jà o.
ejò bá jà o.
ọ̀nà ọlọ́run bá ti ṣe tiẹ̀ ejò bá jà o.
Èràbé máa
What
bá.
brought you into music?
I think music has been part of me since when I was growing up.
Okay.
I think I started singing when I was in ages 5 to 6.
Okay.
When I was growing up, I was one of my Sunday school choir
Oh.
in my local church. So I had this zeal to sing. Anytime I'm in the house, my grandma would say, you know how to sing, go and join the Sunday school choir. From there, we graduated to the main church choir. But I had this passion. Anytime I'm sad, music does it for me. Music calms me down. And aside calming me down, I have a way of expressing my feelings through music. So that's been part of me from onset.
Okay. So, I mean, was music in the family, or in other words, were there some people, grandmothers, grandfathers, that were into music before you were born?
Professionally, no. But my grandma was a choir. She was a choir mistress. And my dad sings. I think he backups for one Comforter Morgan's daughter then. So there were music affairs in the family, but not really professional. But we were musically oriented.
Okay, that's good. So, and you sing in Kale dialect, and of course, again, you just mentioned Comfort Omage, who is arguably one of the best, traditional musicians in this part of the country.
Yes.
Her music transcends just the Kale, the Ondo state. I mean, she was known nationally. But I'm kind of wondering. I mean, we're in what I would say in modern times, where most artists would aspire to sing in English, but then you chose to sing in your Kale language. Any particular reason for that?
One of the reasons why I decided to sing in my local dialect is, one, I believe there is a particular way of relating to your audience, and I have this mindset that my audience, I want them to feel what I am feeling. So I don't just sing in my dialect alone. Sometimes I mix it with English and a bit of Yoruba, but I know English is a universal language, and I try, anytime I do that in my dialect, I try to interpret. I try to subtitle sometimes, but it gets to a stage that even my local dialect, people catch up with it easily, because the way I express it, if you understand Yoruba, it is possible for you to understand my local dialect, which is a Kale language. So, and I believe that sometimes I felt that it seems, aside Mama Comfort Omoge, we have other people that do sing in Kale, but they don't have this opportunity to do it on social media the way I am doing now. So Mama Comfort Omoge was known globally, and I think Kosle Ujuba too, another Ikale artist, but they were old. They got to the limelight at a very, let me say, old age. So I believe for my kind of person doing it at this my age, I can catch up with the people of my age, the people older than me, and the people I'm older than. Like, I'm in between, being a youth. Like, okay, this is coming from a lady, and what does that music entails? Is he talking to both adults and both the old and the young? So I'm in between, and I transcend between the adult, the old, the father, the mother. So I think that's what makes me love singing in my dialect. And since I'm talking to them, like I'm talking to people from my area, this is what this is the information I want to pass across. So let me say it to you in my language. It will be more explanatory than singing in English. Some old women they understand English, they were like, okay. But when they see that someone can do this in a local dialect, it's the kind of attention it brings. Like, let me listen to what this lady have to say. You understand, sir?
Yeah.
So if it was in English, it's a normal thing. People will just listen to the reading,
Yeah.
they will listen to the melody, but there's a lot of difference in when you do something in your local dialect. Like when you're chanting in your local dialect, it sinks. The person listening will like, this person he or she is referring to my roots. So it's kind of connecting.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That sense of connection, that sense of this is my own. There's a way in which it resonates, in which it touches one, and of course, again, your music has actually succeeded in that area. I mean, and I think there is a way in which when you have good music, that it contains a universal language. It's either the instruments or the performance and so on. Now, like Comfort Omage, I think she used traditional instruments, but you tend to again, correct me if I'm wrong. Your instrument, this is one particular interesting thing about what you do. Your instruments are modern, and then you sing in the native tongue, but then beautifully so, and it still blends. So what is the secret?
My kind of music sometimes I use the local instrument.
Okay.
Use the local instrument. We tend to modernize it.
Okay.
So that it will meet the time.
Yeah.
It will meet the audience.
Yeah.
It will meet both the local and the professional and the global. So when they listen to it, it has a kind of effect of the popic style. It has a kind of effect of all this normal tungba that people do.
Yeah.
And as this, I love solemn music because I believe music is something that is agreeable to the ear. It's not noise. I love solemn music. You will be eager to listen to the next verse. Like what? Let me listen to the next verse. So I love the effect of both the traditional instrument and the modern one. So we just blend the two together.
That's quite interesting. And then you did mention something about that music calms you down.
Yes.
And I think that's very, very important. So music, in other words, is not just noise. Music is something for the soul.
Yes.
So do you again compose your song, or do you make your music with that in mind? In terms of thinking about the effect it might have on someone's soul.
Sometimes when I'm composing, I compose based on my own personal feelings, and thanks to God, it gives good reading, and it gives most of the verses of my song, they are traceable to the Bible. Because sometimes when I'm doing my morning devotion, I receive songs, I receive the melody for it. And when I listen to other artists sing, I learn one or two from them. But my own kind of music, I believe, just like a lullaby for babies, it should soften your emotions. Sometimes when I listen to my own songs, I feel like crying. Because when I imagine me composing this kind of a song, it touches the situation I am in at that particular time, and I'm like, this song. Because I want my audience to connect to me and feel what I am feeling. Like, this song is not just a song. When you listen over and over and over again, you will pick one or two from it. So it calms your mind. It makes you feel connected to your source, especially when it is in a Kali language. It makes you feel connected to your source. So music does everything for me.
Good. So what have been you started at a very early age, and then from this kindergarten choir, so to speak, to the bigger, older choir. So what have been your challenges? Were there, things that you have to overcome before you get to this stage?
One of the challenges is me being a lady, me being a girl child. It is not common, especially from our area, to see a lady coming out to do what it is mainly for men to do. And the kind of background, the kind of environment I grew up in, they I would say they don't believe in a lady doing something exceptional. So the kind of challenges I had, there was not really encouragement. There was no encouragement. But since it was something that I took personal, that I believed in, that I said, this is my passion, this is what I want to do. I wasn't discouraged. I wasn't discouraged because I was not taught. It was inbuilt. I wasn't taught. I didn't go to school to learn it. Though I went to get more enlightened about music and notes and all. But it was inbuilt. So I wasn't really challenged. I wasn't really how do I put it? I wasn't really discouraged. Even when sometimes when I tried to sing in churches and I was not given audience, I was not given the platform to sing, I was not discouraged. Because I know it is in me. And I have this, what really helped me was I have this mindset that it was God that gave me the gift. So whatever He wants me to do with it, He should just make the way. So I wasn't discouraged. Everything coming my way, not being given platforms, reaching out to people to help financially for programs, maybe I want to go to the studio or not. I was not discouraged. So I was just pushing through. I just believe that there was a particular thing God wanted me to do through music. So I wasn't discouraged. But I had many challenges, actually financial challenges. I was not discouraged.
So you just mentioned something that resonates with me, and I wonder. So you didn't go to any formal music school?
Not at all.
Then how did you learn so much? I mean, again, I'm kind of
When we were growing up,
yeah.
we have this, sofa notation class because I attend Orthodox Church, Methodist Church. So we have these classes maybe before rehearsals. We weren't really serious with it. They know this, the re mi fa sol la ti do, but we know the basis and rudiments of music. Hymns does it for us in Orthodox Church. When you know how to connect yourself with hymns, especially all this Methodist hymn book, you know music is different from it's not just melody. Those people that composes the hymns, there's a particular story attached to each hymns. So it is not just you just pick and just singing. There's a particular set tune for it. There's a particular story behind the hymns. So I was just connected. Okay, since I know my sofa notation, I know my keys, I know where I can sing. I just started developing myself. Like, okay, I'll try not to go off key. I try to sing on the notes. I'll try to. So I didn't go to any school for music at all.
That's kind of interesting. So let's talk about your, one of your music that I would say has really blown. I mean that, that's for me. That's what I knew before I actually, met you, and I'm sure a lot of people. I mean, it's trending music now. The music, the song Mabaja. It appears as if it's a kind of exhortation. So, how did you come about that? What was the story behind it?
Like I said, a time is coming, I will tell the story about the song Mabaja. I had an experience. Let me just put it this way, because I don't want to put it out there to the audience. I had an experience whereby someone was helping and the person withdrawn due to some personal reasons I don't want to make public. I was left alone. I was at the point of giving up on everything I was doing, and so I was praying. I was having my morning devotion, and the voice just came that I didn't give you the go ahead to start, and I told you I'll back off. I was behind you when everything started. Everything you've been through, I was there with you. I was there with you. So at this stage, I will not back off. So the song came, Ma Baja, Ma Babino. Whoever God is behind, you cannot, no matter how you try. The song is not basically for me fighting against my enemy. It's just to tell whoever it is that I am for God. You cannot fight me. You cannot be mad at me. Because I didn't start on my own. God has been the source of my rising. So I didn't stand alone. So anything I'm going to do, I have backing. So you cannot fight me. So I think the song now, it was at the edge of it. It talks to everybody. Like, people love this kind of songs when it talks to being attacked by enemy. So they were like, this song is not directly abusing anybody, and it's not as indirectly telling them that whoever it is, both Muslim, both Christian, both traditional worshipper, whoever had God behind him or her, you cannot fight them. And I made reference to the Bible, that look at Pharaoh and the Israelites. God loves the Israelites. No matter what they did, he's always in love with them.
Yeah.
So when Pharaoh tried, even at the edge of all the trials, he still followed them. He perished in the Red Sea. I talked about Joseph. I talked about the story of Esther, Mordecai, and so I just resonated to the Bible. Whoever God is behind, you cannot fight him. So I think what made that song unique was when I made reference to the Bible. So it wasn't talking about Christian alone. Muslim, even Muslim use it most on social media, because the chorus alone is the message is in the chorus. And whoever God, in fact, like I didn't mention the God of the Christian, the God of the traditional worship, or the God of the Muslim. I just said God. Whoever God is behind, you cannot fight. So after releasing the song, I just went back to listen to it. I did this. I wasn't expecting it to go by. I did this because that was what God gave me at that particular time. At that particular set time. One thing about my own music is it comes with time and season. The set time. The Bible says it's set time for everything. So my music comes, and Nambaja is a song for all the seasons. Both when you're sad, when you're happy, both the winter, the summer, it is a song just to remind whoever is trying to attack you like that God.
I mean, I think it's eternal, like you rightly said, because, but you were not expecting
Yes, no, at all.
that it will.
At all.
So, what kind of effect has that song has on your music and your blood?
I will be frank. It gives me a lot of attention. People that doesn't, sometimes people argue, are you sure that you sang that song? I said yes. Are you sure? I said yes. The people are assuming it's someone very big, a very big artist, not an upcoming. How could she compose that kind of a song, give it a very good melody? And what brought about the inspiration was this, because the tuba song, so I was listening to it, and I was vibing along. I'm like, okay, this is fine, this is cool. I don't like doing whatever anyone has done before. God just gave me that distinct quality to do things the way I got it, the way I received it. I just work on it. I'm not gonna have very good producer. So when I give it to him, we sit to talk about it and we'll bring out something very good. So when my budget came, I wasn't expecting it. Someone started using it for videos. I'm like, this song is not, I didn't plan all these things. It has given me a lot of attention, a lot.
So it's taking you to another level.
Another level entirely. I've been called for to minister, to come entertain, to come to churches. Some even want to hear only the Mabaja. They just invite me, just come and sing that song for me. I just want to be hearing it. So it gives me a lot of, and it's not making me stop at that alone, at the Mabaja. It's bringing something new. It's bringing something new.
Yeah, that's the next question I wanted to ask. Now you have this big, huge song. Isn't that a big challenge? So are you thinking about how to surpass this, how to do something bigger than Mabaja?
Yes, there was a particular comment on my social media page when I said something new is coming because I don't like bringing something all of a sudden to my audience. I let them get prepared for it. So someone else said, I hope it's going to be as sweet as Mabaja. I just laughed because I do respond to comments,
Yes.
both negative and positive. But there are some correctional comments that there's some comments that will, to me, I will find it annoying. But God gave me this grace. At that moment, I won't respond because if I respond, it's my hurt the other person,
Yeah.
and personally, I might not be happy. So sometimes I just wait. I look at what can I do? Should I ignore? Should I respond? So Mabaja is bringing another song, and it is going along with Mabaja because like I said earlier, my song doesn't just come because I want to entertain. It comes when you listen to it. Since I started singing from Mesonuya, Womakain, Aseile, Mose Malala, Gio, I have a lot of songs, and Mabaja. When you look at it from how it happened, the album I released, I titled it Hope. There is still hope. No matter how it is now, not knowing Mabaja is going to do it for me. So I believe there is still hope. No matter how I started, there is a particular place God has destined for me. I'm hopeful, I'm not discouraged. So the next song is going to talk about whatever Mabaja did, like it was going to do it. That's the next song. And I think I want to impress, but I want people to expect that whatever comes is coming from me to them, from God to me, from me to them, not to surpass what's already on ground, but to make you feel where I am coming from, where I am and where I am going. That is what my music is about.
Now, in all your music that I've listened to, there is this idea of they are not, like you rightly said, they are not just music for entertainment. They are not just the lyrics and then the rhythm and but there's always a sense in which this music can be said to teach morals. They are very didactic. They are music that contains a very strong message, even though while someone is sitting down enjoying it, it's passing some message. It's reinforcing some message, especially about the goodness of the Lord, about the need to endure, about hope.
Yes.
So why that? Why not just, in this era where you see people who are just singing, it's just the music and then the words, the lyrics don't mean anything. So why did you choose to be different?
To me, the lyrics of whatever I'm giving out there matters a lot. Because we have people that does their own through talking, some through acting. This is my own kind of, some through preaching and teaching. This is my own kind of way of telling people about what I've learned about life, what I head on to, my own experience. So I believe music should be something entertaining, soothing, encouraging, and teaching. It should teach. It should enlighten you. If I want to sit and start talking about what I went through when I was growing up, my experiences about life, you might be bored. You might even want to fast forward it and you're bored. But putting everything into a song that is not more than 4 to 5 minutes and it is danceable, it has a good rhythm, no matter how you want to listen for that 4 minutes, you get whatever you want to get. You get the message. So my music is not just for. I want something time memorial. I want something that will last. I want something that won't fade. I want something that wants to listen to it. I have someone that listens to my album, the old album, that anytime he's going out in the morning, that's what he's listening to. We listen to while he's working, while he's preparing for work. He listens to the whole track, and that does it for him for the day. I think the message, whatever he heard, he will head on to it throughout the day. So I don't want something that will come and just go, like you won't remember it. And this lady sang, I think she sang, no, that's not what I mean. I want something that will sink into your heart. That even whenever you see me, you remember this lady sang the song. And I want something that will teach both the adults, the children, myself, and both the women and female, even husband and wife, just to encourage them. No matter what they are going through, I was there. I overcame, and I'm still overcoming. God was there for me. I just want everybody to hold on to God through my music. Just that's the only hope.
So that's cool. That's really, really profound. So I guess the other question is from our discussion, from our talk so far, from the lyrics of your music, there's something it's obvious. You are a believer. So tell me about that. How do you reconcile? Again, the lyrics of your music, everything is pointing towards God, and then the music is equally entertaining. And then, of course, the way in which people respond to your music is kind of interesting, especially in this world where we have Afro and all these other beats. So how do you come into your Christianity? Was it a familiar thing? Was it something you grew into, or can you tell me about that?
I grew up being a Christian, but then childish behavior, youthful exuberance. You want to do whatever you like, whatever they told you was right. But when you come in contact with Christ, you do things differently. Like David is one of a very good example. David knows how to entertain God. Whenever he did something wrong, he knows how to talk to God through music. He entertains him, and he pleases God's heart through music. So my own kind of music, being a Christian, fine. I don't want to do sorrowful music that you listen to and cry. You will not listen to my message. But I want you to know that as a Christian, God wants you to enjoy. God wants you to be happy. So while listening to music, you cannot frown if you're listening to a good music. It's not, aside it being touchy, maybe you want to feel emotional, you cannot frown. When you're listening to a very good music, whether you stand up and dance or you just vibe to the rhythm of the song. So I want to entertain you. And likewise, because most of the things we do these days is entertaining. Some just entertain and go. But there's some that entertain you and take you back to your source. So if you're a Christian like myself, by a child of God, and you are listening to my song, while you are being entertained, you are being enlightened on where you're coming from. But don't forget that all this prosperity, we are still coming back to God. So every of my song leads you to Christ. I might not preach directly that give your life to Christ, do this, but the morals, the educative part of the song, everything leads you back to Christ. Because these are the good values of the community, of your environment. Once you don't steal, you don't womanize, you follow peace with all men, it's still directly inside the Bible. So that's my own kind of view of bringing whatever I learned and I know from the Bible to you. It might be suiting to you, you might want to be enjoying it, but likewise, you will listen to the message.
Thank you very much. So, where do you see yourself, going from the way things are going, where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years?
I will say this publicly. My fear, one of my fears, I don't want to go into extinction. That's one of my fear. And anytime I go for an outing or I release the song, I ask for fresh anointing. I ask for fresh motivation because I don't want to be a lifetime worshiper, a lifetime musician. I want something that will last me when I'm on this earth. I want God to give me the grace to keep being relevant. Fame, God gives fame. God help you sustain it. No matter how vast you are, no matter how knowledgeable, no matter the talent you have, God helps you to retain fame. Because something negative might happen to you that will blow you negatively, and there's some that will blow you positively. I think you're getting my point.
Yeah.
So me, I just want to walk in line with whatever God has for me. Because I know the plan He has for me is the plan of good. I know my end is going to be expected. Because I have walked in His time, and I know that the plan He has for me, I can't even fathom it. I don't know how it's going to happen. But my own fear, that's what I told you earlier, that I don't want to go into extinction. I don't want to sing. I don't want to do 2 albums. And you know, there are people like that. I'm trying to say publicly that they have this talent. They have the song, but there was no help. There was no platform for them to showcase their talent. So that's what I always pray to God for. I want to have something to give out there. I want to always be relevant anywhere I go. So I'm not scared of the future. Whatever the future brings, God is there for me.
Thank you. So, and then you're ready to perform anywhere. Have you, again, what kind of shows?
Yes, the mindset of people is that I sing basically in the local dialect. No. There are some platforms that warrant you to sing mainly in English. We do the normal tune, yeah, but we not go outside to some extent. But we do parties, weddings, we praise God with you, we entertain you, we go to burials, weddings, we can perform anywhere within and outside the country. We are ready to travel anywhere. I have my own team, I have my own band, and we are improving every day. We are ready to go out there to explore. So, but basically, we want whatever we want to do to be in line with God purpose. We don't want to go outside.
So what would you like to tell your audience out there? I know that your fans. I know you have growing fans. So, as a way of rounding up this talk.
This idea of having fans, I believe everybody is my brother, my sister, my father, my mother.
Yeah,
that's my belief.
So
when people start telling me that fans, like I'm a very shy person. But when I'm with the microphone, I am not shy. But when I want to dodge some kind of this guy is sound members, yes sir, I don't, you understand. So I think to my fans, I really want to appreciate, because many people like me sings, they have the talent, but they don't have the opportunity. They are not being heard. But the fact that you guys stream my song, I will post something on stream that you will comment. So people will just look at your post and they will pass by. But the fact that you guys stay, you comment, you interact with me, you reckon what I am doing, it's a very big privilege. I did not take it for granted. Because what if what I'm doing, you don't call, she's singing in a dialect, she's not talking to me, she's not communicating with me, and they felt discouraged that she's only a Kale that she's singing, but people want this girl is different. I really appreciate all my fans, both in Nigeria, both outside the country, both children. We have children that love this Mapajan song. They say that their mother will call me that your fan is here, or they want to talk to you. I really appreciate, especially those children. I love them. I love all my fans, and I pray no enemy, nobody will be able to quench whatever fire God has built in them. I really want to appreciate them, and they should keep streaming my song. They should keep encouraging me, just like the way they're encouraging other artists. Because that is where I grow. This is where I will see one or two to encourage myself. Because these days music is money. If you don't have money, you won't produce. You won't have a good team. So I want them to keep encouraging me. God bless them with the team.
Thank you very much again. I hope this is not going to be a one-off thing. I hope, sometimes in the near future, we would have cause to come back again
Yes.
to talk about your music, to
Yes.
at least, gauge where it has been. So it's been a very, very, great pleasure talking to
My
you.
pleasure to serve.
Oluwatoyin o. Oluwatoyin o. Wájà wo ṣe, wájà wo ṣe, wájà wo ṣe o.